Yeah, this your man Tre Da Kid. You now tuned into the hottest show on the planet, Flo On the Go. You already know what it is, right?
All right, what's up, Tre Da Kid? Thank you so much for being on my first episode of Flo On the Go. I'm so excited, so happy to have you. You were on the radio with me, so it feels really comfortable for us to start the first time just like this. So I'm gonna hop right into it. So first of all, Run It, your new single featuring, well, it's not, was one of your new singles, featuring TK Kravitz, was the first single you dropped after being signed to 300 Entertainment, which hit over 1 million plays on Spotify and 2 million all over other platforms. What was that moment like after realizing all the support you received from that song to get that many plays?
It was actually very humbling. To be completely honest with you, in the most humbling way, I told my manager, I said, we definitely getting 1 million downloads, and it actually happened quicker than I thought. So when it did happen, it was just like another one for the team.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just something that was destined. Like, I never thought it wouldn't do that. So that was my main goal. Like, we hitting 1 million downloads, and like you said, we had 2 million. And 1 million on one streaming site alone, so
that's crazy.
That's major, yeah. Especially being from this area,
right?
And just your song, just in other countries, and just all through this country,
right?
Definitely humbling.
Yes. So especially even feeling like all that fan love, you're like, you're one individual person, and all these people love you. So how long did it take that single to hit 1 million views or plays?
Roughly about like 4 to 5 months.
Wow.
It was at like 500,000 like the first 2 months, and once we seen that, we just went extra with promoting it, just coming up with the Run It challenge, just getting people record themselves singing, and just anything to make the record as big as what it already was. So we just went full throttle once we seen that 500K. Like, we at it. Let's do our job now. So big shout out to my label, 300 Entertainment. Shout out to Kevin Lyles, everybody over there that had something to do with the record, and of course London on the track, who made the beat. So
of course,
it's just like I said, it's a humbling experience more than anything.
Right. So I'm glad you brought up the record label. Do you think it's necessary to be signed to a record label in order to get your music to move to the next level?
Me personally, by being 30 years old and, had the independent grind for like the last 15 years, the partnership of a label really is a good thing to me. Now, any younger artist, you might be fresh 20, 18, 19 years old, and if you could get 1 million streams by yourself, I suggest you just keep moving it until they bite on you. But for me, I'm just looking for that way to, really support my family and, just take care of myself with it. So I believe a partnership is good in my case, but for anybody else, I mean, if you could do that on your own, keep it going. That's my advice for it.
Right. So if I were to ask you to name 3 cons and 3 pros from having a record label, what would they be?
The pros of it is just, the work being cut out. Like, I would have really had to dig deep and grind hard to get 1 million streams. But, because of the label, certain things they could do, certain platforms they could put your song on, makes that a lot easier. Another pro maybe like just having that relationship with somebody. We all know it's a numbers game, so if I give you back and they see me going crazy, they're gonna continue to help. But the cons is that if you really believe you could do that on your own, that's all your money. That's everything for you coming back to your pot. So the cons is like, after that, you got that check
break down. Yeah.
But if you could go out there and do it on your own, another con is just I'm not a real patient person because I write every day. I feel like I want to say something or express myself every day, but just the build up of a record when it's under a label, the time and the promo you got to do, like everything. You might think the song, like I knew Run It was a hit the moment I heard it, and I wish it would have dropped that day, but you know, unfortunately, it took months and months of, you know, just promotion and
Right.
building the record up before we drop it. So, just that might be another con. Just you always can't do everything at your time and pace.
So would you say you had to learn some sort of patience then, right?
Yes, I definitely did.
Interesting, interesting. So you now have a new single called Someday featuring Montage. What made you choose that one off of your new album, His Story?
A lot of people who don't know my story, when I got signed to when I first actually won the Freestyle 50 Challenge months before that, my mom died.
Okay.
And, you know, like I said, moments later, I'm on the stage holding up a $10,000 check with Migos there, Kevin Lyles just at the building was crazy. And then my single dropped on April the 14th. My dad died April the 5th. So I had to go through my whole promo run that week. And the day I came back, buried my dad. And it was my 30th birthday the next day. So it was just, and I never got a chance to really grieve or, you know, tell that story because I was always on the road. I was at every major radio station. I was doing tons of shows, so I never really had the time to express that. And once I made that record, I was like, this my story. Like, it's not the clubbiest song. It might not be the song you want to hear on the radio every 5 minutes, but it's a personal favorite for me.
Right.
And it just explained my story all the way through. So I just went with that one. And it had the DMX Slippin' sample. It's like, soon as I heard the beat, like, who doesn't like Slippin'?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
That's
it was
dope.
definitely a dope choice to take that.
Wow, wow, wow. So you had mentioned you recently went to speak to a group of young men, and when you did that, you realized that you were more than just a rapper, but you're an inspiration to youth. How do you feel about this statement? I'm actually going to show you first, and then I'm going to show the camera after. So I'm going to give you probably 3 seconds to think about it. All right. So for those who are watching the live show, I'm going to share it with you guys really quickly. This was actually a post that Speech put up, but then I'm So Raven, you remember her from Disney? She actually retweeted it. She got a lot of flack from T.I. and a lot of other people. And to everyone, this statement says, a group of so-called successful black men, minus Khaled racially, who became rich and famous from perpetuating the worst black stereotypes to the ears and eyes of the whole planet, like drug dealing, pimping, murdering other black men, and disrespecting black women. I know, make observations as being a hater. Cheers. So, how do you feel? Like, how do you feel when you see that statement?
It's crazy. A lot of things popped in my mind. The main thing is like these dudes not lying about their reality. Like, we can't take away the fact that they didn't, you know, live a straight narrow life, but they took those words and made millions of dollars, and you see the change in those men. Like, you can't tell me Jay-Z is the same guy he was in 1995, or, you know what I'm saying? So, and it just made me think about myself. Like, I didn't live a straight narrow. I was in the streets. I did what I had to do. But at the end of the day, like, even far as like me speaking to the kids, it's like, don't do what I did. You know what I mean? Like, it's not cool. Like, I let kids know all the time. Like, yeah, I was in the streets, but I worked for what I got. Like, I worked multiple jobs, like, to get what I want. So it's like, that's not the way. But at the same time, that's kind of like the crab in the barrel mentality. Like, we can't knock Cardi B for being a stripper before. Is she still stripping now? No. Like, she changed her whole life through music. And another thing that popped in my mind is like Jay-Z line when he said, Scarface the movie did more than Scarface the rapper to me. Like, if music influenced you that much that you go and follow that, then maybe you need to be mentally checked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I heard Jeezy rap about 1,000 bricks. I never thought to jump out there and do that myself. Like, I just love the music. So, like, music is the universal sound. So, it's just like, that's kind of, to me, it's like pulling us right back to where we came from. Like, you talking about those dudes who passed, that's 20 years ago.
So do you think that they could somehow be making an excuse for the way people are behaving? Like they're looking for someone to blame, like this child is into drugs because he's listening to this rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So basically there needs to be, there's a missing area that somebody needs to step in and be like, okay, yeah, he's making this music, but that's not exactly what you're supposed to do, kind of thing. So understood. All right. So some people will say there's no point in working hard to be an artist. People no longer are interested in the music, but more so interested in how you look and more so portraying a certain lifestyle. While someone like you, staying consistent, doing shows, whether it was 10 people in the building or 100 people, and never stopping music regardless of whatever, even, you know, your parents passing and everything, and this is where you are now with the record label, you would say hard work definitely pays off.
Yeah.
So do you think that their statements are false about basically people not being interested in music anymore, but more so your lifestyle? Or do they have a false sense of what successfulness in the music game looks like?
Right. I think that's definitely the big disconnect. Like we live in a microwave era where we see somebody blow up off the internet and we just think, okay, that's what the way to go. Or you hear somebody with a hit record and but at the end of the day, that hard work, that grind, that dedication, that, you know, taking the time out to take care of your business, not just trying to be no fly-by-night person, it shows. Look at artists like Drake. He got a song that's been on Billboard charts for 6 years.
Yeah.
I want that. Yeah. I don't want to be my record popping one summer and, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's the result of the guys who don't work hard. It comes to them so easy, and right. I've never been that type of person. I pride in hard work, like, and just, you know, being dedicated to something, because I really feel like if you love something that much, you're not gonna care if, like you say, with 10 people or 100 people, like all it takes is that one person to feel anything I say that'll keep me going, like, so I really pride in hard work, and that's the way to go to me.
Yep. Now, last but not least, what is your why that keeps you moving?
Wow, it's a lot that just the main thing is just I love music. Like, I know, like, it's so typical for artists to be like, oh, I've been rapping all my life. Like, I literally been rapping all my life. Like, the first beat I ever wrote to was the Loonies. I Got 5 on it in 1994, and wow. I never stopped writing. From that moment. So, like, just, I always tell, like, people, like, I'm a fan that just know how to rap. Like, I listen to everybody. I go back to listen to the stuff I missed. Like, I'm just a hip-hop connoisseur. And just, fortunately, I know how to rhyme, too. So, that's what makes everything better for me, because, like, I'm so in tune with the culture, you know, of hip-hop. And that's my main why, like, that keep me going, is just my passion and dedication and love for just music, period.
Dope. That's dope. If there was a young man listening to you who wants to follow in your footsteps, what would you tell him to do?
My main thing, since I signed this deal, since I won the competition, like I said, a lot of people may not know my story. Like, I've been buzzing in the DMV area since high school. I remember just being on 92Q Mic Fight. I was the Mic Fight champ on there and 95.5. Oh, wow. So I'm leaving school to go destroy somebody on 92Q and go to 95.5. But my thing is just like, I always kept going. I always knew that the moment I stopped, it's a dude in Utah, Atlanta, New York, Miami that's sitting there writing, that want my spot. So my advice is, like, if this what you want to do it with a passion. Don't do it because you see, oh, he got the chain, or he got the nice car, he got that stuff to be taken away. But that classic music, like, I still remember songs from when I was 5, 6 years old that I hear today and still love it. So if you're not gonna do it 100%, this is definitely not the game for you. It's definitely not.
Yes. Now tell everyone how they can find you, follow you, and keep up with everything concerning Tre Da Kid.
The main thing, my Instagram, Tre Da Kid, K-I-R, that's TREDAKIDKIR. My website, www.tredakid.com. And I'm just everywhere. Follow the TDK Tuesdays. That's doing.
Oh yeah, that's the freestyle. Oh yeah, he goes
right
ham. Ham.
Yeah, like I started that in 2015. That's what I mean by the consistency. I haven't missed a Tuesday, and it's times where I don't even know what beat to rap off anymore. I just fly by what the people say and just do it. So yeah, make sure you follow the TDK Tuesdays. That joint is, that's my money maker right now. Other than run it, that's my thing that got, you know, the people like, and I really feel it's important that I do that because like that's a lost art in hip hop, like really displaying that you can still freestyle, rhyme over other people's beats, keep people entertained. It's easy to go in the booth and punch in 100 times and come up with a catchy hook, but displaying that I could rap on spot all the time is like my main.
Yeah, no, that's a real.
Makes me.
Yeah, that's a gift.
Yeah.
So that's dope. Well, thank you so much, Tre, for stopping by Flo On the Go. I know this won't be the last time. I'll see you again. We'll, you know, we're like family now, y'all. I mean, we done seen each other, so yeah, we signing out.
I remember like yesterday walking out the door. Left you $20 to get something from the store. You said I love you, son, and I said I love you more. Who knew later on you'll be laying on that floor? It was Saturday, they say you wouldn't see Sunday. Surprise, you made it all the way up.